Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and welcome to the Tuesdays version of Rasaji Speak. So happy to be with you today. Remember, we got teachers training at 1 o'clock Eastern and Master David's live classes tonight, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 7 Mountain, and 6 o'clock in the evening for the Pacific Rim. Today's lesson is titled Hanuman and Son Wukong, Immortal and Invincible Monkey Warriors. There's a story, a fable, according to most Chinese. Like a lot of fables, you wonder how much truth is that traced to? It's kind of like Celestine Prophecy with James Redfield, right? It's when you think about it, it's been that way for a while, and it's always there. Master Bo Yang said, "Where there's smoke, there's usually a little bit of fire," right? So the key of it is that it's interesting that in China they would have the story of the Monkey King, and then we would have Hanuman in India. And there's a lot of similarities there. Number one, the chivalry thing, the honor, the reverence was huge. But the Monkey King in China, the gist of it was he wanted all human beings to be able to test immortality. And the other immortals wanted to be in a lofty position up above everybody else. They only wanted to keep that for themselves. This went back and forth, actually, the fable is for several years. And one day he got tired of hearing their resistance and he said, "You know what? I'm going to fight all of you, all seven of you. And if I win with my cujo, with my bowkin, with my staff, if I whip your fanny, then you will grant, and we will grant the whole human race immortality. If I lose, you'll never ever see or hear from me ever again." So you think about that chivalry, and the story is he ends up winning. Master David and Lamaji, we did a short like ballet based on the Monkey King back years ago in a small theater in Jacksonville, and Lamaji dressed it up in the attire, wore a monkey mask, and we danced. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun doing it. And it was to honor the fable of the eight immortals and the Monkey King. So when you look at Hanuman, he is all of that and more. Yeah, Hanuman was all of that and more. God wanted to make a statement. I would produce an animal that would have ethics, honor higher than pretty much any human on the planet. Outside of Lord Ram himself, the Ram that they talk about in the Ramayana, it was true. I mean, to this day, I look around, where is the honor and the chivalry of men today in regards to a pure souled woman? Do you help people across the street? Do you still open car doors? I mean, the whole concept of where Southern gentlemen came from, you can tell there's some influence there of the Monkey King and of Hanuman. It really is. When you really ask a woman what kind of man she really likes, you shouldn't be shocked how many characteristics that Hanuman had and the Monkey King had that they really look for in a great man. And a great man will worship that purity and that divine femininity in a woman as reverence to the Almighty Himself. Oh, yeah. That's what they'll do. In the fabled story of King Arthur, you see that with Genevieve. You see that connection. It's very, very, very interested how many have been so, right? There's a famous opera written on in that regards years and years ago by, Richard Wagner himself, right? Who wrote Townhousing Overture, wrote the version of Camelot. They call it a little bit different, but that was the true meaning. You have to understand, obviously, when you research Hanuman's life or the Monkey King's life, you know without a doubt that the story of Robin Hood had to have been influenced by these two. Camelot had to have been influenced by them too. It's not hard to understand when you look at the history of China and the history of India, two of the oldest histories on the planet. When you take the history of the Hopi Indians in America, which is about 12,000 years, and when you do so in China and you do so in India, you're going to go back at least, at the very least, 12,000 plus years ago. Well, wouldn't it make sense? Because when you look at the European nations, they're 2 to 3,000 years old for the most part. America, right? Just a few hundred years old. We're baby country. So it's not too hard to imagine that honor and chivalry of the influence of these two monkeys would show up to influence all the knights that sat at a knight's table in England and Scotland and Ireland and Spain. It's not Germany, Saxony, they used to call it. It's not too hard to understand all that. As we say in the Far East, Bo Raka Bushai. And that means may the blessings be. And we always say to your glorious family. God bless you. Mama G loves you much. See you tomorrow on Hump Day for the next episode of Rasaji Speaks. God bless.